Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some 2D4X today. I'm like sitting here staring. What am I doing this morning? Uh, I'm using that chat thing that I always use, but it's been updated, and so I gotta I don't know, it's changed. And so it can't find any discovery. I don't know. It just is working different. So I'm clicking over. I got to figure it out before I actually get started on coding. But today we're going to be working. Last week we actually got. I don't think this is working how I want it to work. We actually were able to push the main, and that was something I've been wanting to do for 4 months. So we did that, and then today I was looking at like what we're gonna do, and I had that storage thing. It's over here. It's right here. That needs to be fixed, but I didn't want to do that. And I was thinking, it's like, I'm so glad that I'm my own boss, you know? Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Would you like to manually, so you guys can't, so what the fuck? It wants a video ID or some sort of live chat link. They made it worse. That happens sometimes. I wonder if it's this thing. I don't know. I clicked a button earlier and that fucked it all up. It can't find my shit. No. Or video ID. Once I do this once, I won't have to do it again, you know? It says that I'm there. I don't know how to get like a chat. What is this button? Share my chat? Share the live stream. Here we go. What about this thing? This is one time, hopefully, and then I gotta remember. I feel like I should be able to click this button. What about if I refresh this? It has like an old video ID on it. Yeah, chat is what? Enter the video ID. I wonder if it wants just the. Yeah, I don't know. This is always fun when you gotta fuck with stuff. I wonder if it wants just this number or this whatever this is. This is not a number. And all these things you can't test unless you're live, you know? I wonder if I have to go to YouTube and see it streaming. Before, we gotta mute this because we're gonna look at that. No, that is the video ID, I think. Well, there's this other line of garbage. Maybe this line of garbage. The YouTube pop out chat. What the fuck is that? Pop out chat. Here we go. We're on the path here. What a pain in my ass. Before it was easier. Auto find. Oh wait, no, it found another one. Activate source. There we go. It just took a really long time. Now, is that going to kick it over to... I got like 7 fucking windows open, and it didn't post the other... You guys can't see this. It's usually posts the thing when I go live, like my Discord notification. Man, what an exciting stream I've started. we're gonna do some programming. Maybe, I don't know. Now I have like 12 of these fucking things over here. See over here, it's all messed up. Let's do this. I tried to sign in too, like it was like maybe it'll be easier if I just sign in. That's what I get. Oh, wait, restore my chat. Wait, but if I restore my chat, does this work? Does this work? Go over to, okay, so it does work over there. What the fuck, man? I feel like there's got to be like a really simple, does this work? It does. I feel like there's got to be a simple way to do this. I've seen other people do it from all sorts of different sources, and they haven't had issues. Maybe I need to go look into that again. And it's one of the things that I hate about streaming is all the back end stuff. Like, why isn't I'm lazy. I don't want to do this shit. All right. So what are we doing? We got our game. It's a 2D4X. We pushed it to main yesterday, 2D4X. This is an open source Meta Godot engine .NET, as you can see right there, which is the C# version of, man, I'm going to have to do all that crap tomorrow. It eventually figured it out. C# version of Godot. It's all open source. It's GitHub's in my thing. We can do everything we need to do as of, so what we one of the, well, I guess one of the things we did in the past 4 months was make it so that we can make manufacture scouting equipment. There's construction costs. There's imp for some reason where the input goods are fish. We can construct stuff. We can delete stuff. We're just keeping an eye out down here for errors. And every county has its own little things that it can build, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff works. But so what we're going to work on now, so one of the reasons why we wanted to do scouting equipment, because if we look at like Judith Jackson here, she's going to have eventually the ability to explore counties that she's in. And so this game takes place as a post-apocalyptic game, and so the exploration of counties by heroes is an important part of the game. And I got this idea from I'm inspired by a lot of games, and I can't remember the name of the game that I got this idea from. It was in my mind for a second, but it's a strategy game, 2D4X. It's like an older game, but anyways, you can explore the counties. You can send a hero to explore counties, and they're going to find, resources and stuff, guns and other things. But one of the main things they're going to find are people, survivors from the apocalypse, that will join your group, or you can like run them off if you wanted. Though that one of the main resources, I guess, in the game is going to be population, because you don't have very many people. So you most likely want them to join. But so one of the things that I wanted to do, though, before we got to that, was have it so that we would have some equipment, basically. And I kind of want to do equipment how Hearts of Iron does equipment, where there's just better versions of each thing. And so what I mean by that, maybe I can get a picture. It doesn't matter. Hearts of Iron 4 production images. Kind of like this, but I was actually thinking of not the production page. There's another page, and I can't remember what it's called in Hearts of Iron. It's stockpile? No, I don't think it's stockpile. Yes, like this. Kind of like this, actually. Look at this big finger. Regardless, anyways, it's not going to look like this. I don't know why I'm showing this, but let's go back here. I'm discombobulated. I always have an excuse for everything. Let's look at this thing. Maybe actually what I'm thinking of is the Hearts of Iron 4 research panel. In fact, that is what I'm thinking of. I was hoping for the not tanks. It's always tanks. I guess that makes sense because it's Hearts of Iron, not Hearts of Trees or Hearts of Wood. And I kind of am thinking of Millennium Dawn. All right, this will work though. Well, this isn't equipment. I don't even need to show these pictures. Anyways, this will work. So basically, imagine this was equipment. You would have the research to produce these different equipment, right? And so we did scouting equipment, and it's called primitive scouting equipment. So it would be produced, and so like on this is a down thing. It's going down the list, but we're going to be making it go to this direction. You would then go to the next one, and you would have them tell the hero could equip whatever they had the most of, or whatever. We're gonna have some settings where you say, oh, produce or equip the shittiest stuff, equip the best stuff, whatever. And we are going to put vehicles in, but that's way, way, way far away. I'm not explaining this well at all. Let's go back to this empty panel here. And so basically there's going to be equipment on the hero. And you can put, there's going to be like scouting equipment, weapons, armor, that type of stuff. And the player will be able to manufacture that equipment. And then we'll have like some settings like on here on this page that would be like equip the oldest, equip the best, equip whatever, and they would automatically pull. Like if you tell it's equip the oldest, it's always going to use all the, or the worst, not the oldest, because you're going to find some stuff that's better at the beginning, and then that you're going to kind of use that up. And there's durability on the equipment, not like durability where it counts down, but it's going to do a percentage roll. Stinko Wings, how's it going? I guess chat is working too, so that's good. After all that, I know that I feel like I'm losing my mind right now. I'm trying to explain something, and I'm doing such a shitty job. I just should give up. It's just like this thing that's going to happen. So there's part of the exploration process that we're going to have the heroes be able to do. They'll be able to find equipment from the old world, like assault rifles and canned goods and stuff, and people. And so that you can have them equip the best stuff, because you're not going to be able to produce the best stuff at first. And there is going to be like a durability where that stuff gets used up just by a percentage chance. And so that's the part we need to put in like the inventory here. So it'd be like scouting equipment, weapons, whatever. And so we need to put like something here. So that's one of the things we need to do with heroes and what we're going to be working on. I'm clicking on the wrong thing. This wasn't useful at all. The reason why I was saying inspired by Hearts of Iron, though, is that in Hearts of Iron, you have like these tracks of better equipment. And it's not like a particular gun. You're not making, like a specific gun. You're making like infantry equipment. And so that's what we're going to do, is like infantry equipment. But there will be some smaller things, like scouting equipment will be its own thing. So we're going to do all of these things. And I was saying that I wanted to do my branches smaller. This is going to be a huge branch. This is going to be months of branch stuff. So I guess we're not going to do that. Why are you thinking about losing your mind, Stinkle Winks? So let's go through this, though. So this is something that I noticed last weekend, that when you move somebody, I got to speed it up. It's not that bad right here. But when you speed it up, sometimes, yeah, you can see that little bit of stuttering. And I think we fixed this once. It seems to be sometimes it's really bad. Ranch, do you live on a ranch? When I grew up, it's not doing it that bad today. Man, it was doing really bad. I just restarted my computer. I wonder if it's related. It was doing it really bad last time. But I think it could be like a VSync setting. When I was a kid, we lived on a ranch, but it was just like, I asked my mom about it recently, and I said, what was the deal with that? And it was just like really low rent, but we had to take care of not take care of them a lot, but there was a milk cow there and stuff. My mom said that all she did was milk this cow, one cow. Yeah, it's not doing it that bad. It was doing it really bad last time. I wonder if we make this bigger, oh, look at this. Well, let's put a note in for that thing. We need to anchor that to the side. What type of animals do you have on the ranch? That's going to be, I think we have an event log thing. Event log. Anchor event log to bottom right corner of screen. So when the screen size changes, it works. Okay. And we're just gonna ignore that right now. Yeah, it's not that bad today. In fact, it's almost unnoticeable. I wonder what changed. Because it was bad last time. It was like tons of quarter horses. What do you have all the horses for? I mean, do you use them as their intended as quarter horses? We always talked about the size of quarter horses when I was a kid. It'd always be like, yeah, that's big. Not as big as a quarter horse. Poor old horses. You still gotta like brush them and clean their hooves and stuff, right? Let's look at this. Now I want this. What is going on in the background here? This is, thanks, GitHub. It's always doing something strange. So I think one of the things was, it was like VSync or something. Not VSync. What was it? We were messing with it. And it was... Man, I'm trying to remember. We don't have illumination or any of that crap. We're not using any of that crap. What's another thing that's not VSync? Let's Google it. We can Google it and it will, Godot stuttering when moving. My sister used to have a horse. And, oh, this is not the newest. I got hit by a car. That didn't kill it, though. And it would just get like a broken jaw and stuff. Yeah, and she used to do the jumper hunter. Wait, quarter horses are small. Maybe I'm thinking of a different type of horse. What's a big horse? Quarter horse. Is it because they're quarter size? It's... Yeah, she used to do all that dressage. Is that the shit? Stuff. Oh my God, where they do all the English saddles and all that shit. I'm looking for... So it is... VSync. There was somewhere... I know this is the old... Let's go to the stable. Well, you know, as an inexperienced horse rider, I want something... I want a saddle horn to hang on to so I can't fall off, which is obviously the wrong thing to do. I think you're supposed to hang on with your legs, right? And you need your arms free to hold your lance and your shield. I think so. I remember reading something about cavalry and the invention of stirrups were like a huge deal to like lance charges and stuff. And they actually like that's one of the things with like Native American cavalry is considered like some of the best light cavalry and historically some of the best light cavalry. But one of their weaknesses is they didn't have stirrups. So they couldn't like actually do a charge when they had to, like even though they're light cavalry, you know. But so maybe I think that VSync would have come up here though if I searched for it. We have advanced settings, VSync. I put a space this time. That didn't do anything. I was wanting to search by that actual setting. I don't think it was this. Oh, it was this. This is what I was looking for. And I was actually curious about something because I had this problem in a different game I was working on, and I was curious. I'm going to save this, and we're going to reopen this other game because I changed it in another game, and I'm curious if there's some sort of like universal setting. Don't look at this. Close your eyes. Oh wait, you probably can't see it. It's probably not going to show anything important. Yeah, don't look at that. Projects. VSync. Window. Okay, so I was worried that they were going between projects. They're not. So that's fine. It would be weird if that was the case. But and now that it's not doing it today, it's even weirder. But I think it was Mailbox, honestly, for this VSync setting. I think I changed it to Mailbox, and that actually fixed the issue. I remember when I was a kid too, my sister always said she was going to go to the Olympics for horse riding, and then that came up recently, and she was like, I don't know, I never could have gone to the Olympics. I was like, what? Betty Cook. It's my sister. No, Cook's my last name. We need to speed this shit up, though. Okay, so that's definitely worse. See, yeah, it's like it's definitely stuttering there. Oh yeah, that's bad. So let's go back to, I wonder if we can, while this is running, we have adaptive. Yeah, that's bad, but let's restart it here. I'm not confident that this chat is working. This YouTube chat thing. I gotta figure a better way to do this. Kind of. Spawn you, Cynthia Hernandez. Speed up this thing because it doesn't seem to do it when it's going slow. I wonder if it does it when I'm moving something else. It doesn't seem bad. I wonder why it would have done it so badly. Like it was bad last weekend. And I wasn't testing it or anything. I was just moving a guy. Huh. All right, so let's put a note on this. We'll kick this down the road since this doesn't seem to be doing it right now. Let's put this back to where we were. We have that weird thing going on. Oh, it's doing it again. Come on, man. What's going on? Let's refresh that. Let's put a note in here. It stopped doing it for some reason. VSync in the project. What is this though? It's VSync window or some shit. What the fuck are you doing? That looks like it's working well. I'm gonna look at, like, suddenly nothing is working right. Everything seems okay over here. What's going on? Like, look at this. Is it because this is running that suddenly... Oh, that was strange too. Oh, we had some sort of shit going on here. Let's finish putting this thing in here though. Oh, this is all fucked up now. What's going on with my task manager maybe? OBS, Firefox. We got some OBS stuff, disk, a bunch of disk shit. What's going on with you writing to disk there, Firefox? Nothing looks outrageous there. Okay, so this is under VSync display window adaptive. Project settings, window, display, VSync, adaptive. All right, we'll comment that in there. And we'll just kick this down the road because if it's, we'll rewrite the movement at some point. It's never going to be how I want it to be. I couldn't get the stacking to work. I want you to go back towards the bottom here. See, like, look at all this stuff that we have to do. And the inventory is at the bottom. All right. So let's concentrate here. Let's get our shit together. Block clicking when confirmation panel is open for recruiting heroes. All right, let's hit play on this, though. I want to see if I can duplicate this thing where it grinds my computer to a halt. We might just have some log going crazy there or something. Click around a little bit. Oh, I could have just copied that. That seems fine. It was like when I had a spawned guy. Look how many things are flying up there, like hundreds at a time. Every morning, like hundreds of things happen. I don't know, maybe it was a fluke. As an IT professional, I always ignore the first issue. Just ignore it if it happens once. If it happens more than once, then I start to worry. All right. That's fine. Whatever. What we're going to do? What were we doing? Totally discombobulated today. Confirmation panel. So what it's talking about here is I guess we do want this to run. We are having when you go to a hero, I think it's this here, and you say recruit, you can click on stuff. Yeah, that's what it is. So if you go to here, when you click on this confirmation panel should have a blocking panel hidden behind it that the player can't see, so you can't click on this stuff. Yeah, look, you can click on that. So none of this stuff should work. And it does. And so that should be somewhat easy to fix. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to our recruit hero confirmation panel. We have our yes or no button. When this thing turns on, we need to have a blocker panel that blocks the whole thing. So let's first, this is going to be under, I wonder if I should move this around so that it is beneath the thing. We probably should. This might break something. But it should probably be here because it's under the population description panel. So when this thing opens, it needs to be underneath this, but above this. And I had another blocker panel that I was working on that we added last weekend. And I can't remember, county improvement? Yeah, here's the blocker panel. I'm just going to copy this. And we're going to put it. It'd be nice if we could just use one blocker panel for everything, but the problem is that these are in different places, covering up different things. So I think we can put it right here. Not there. But I can't remember all of a sudden if this goes when this is opened, if this goes from the top down or from the bottom up. I think it goes from the bottom up. So this would need to turn on. How big is this thing? Oh, this is just a little tiny one. I don't think we can make this expand to the size we want. And I think I looked at that last time, and then I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to end my stream. I don't think... Yeah, it's only going to fit to the size of this panel container. So what we would have to do... Oh, this is what we had to do with this other one. It's all coming back to me. We had to put like a panel inside a panel or something. Oh, it's not this one. It's a different one. But so what we would do is we would add a panel in here. I think it's a panel container, actually. And then we would put this panel container to be the size we want. We want this thing to expand the whole way, and then we want this panel container to be the actual size. You know what we could do with that, though? Then we wouldn't need this blocker panel. We could make this panel. Get out of here. We could make this panel our blocker panel. So I don't remember what the size, but I think it was 400 by 200. 400 by 200. This is from last weekend. So then we don't want this to fill. We want to shrink to center. Shrink to center. Then we want this stuff inside here. And then we want this thing to mouse stop. We want that. And then we also want this thing to be invisible. Fuck you. Yeah. Just shout angrily at the thing. Do we want it to be invisible? So you can see all this garbage in the background? Yeah, that's fine. So then we're going to close the population description panel and that thing too. So what should happen now is when we turn that on, it should cover up the close. Like the player shouldn't be able to tell that that's what's going on. But that's what we want. Yeah, see, so we can't click in the background on anything, and we still can click on this. Wait. Didn't I, like, last weekend say that all yes should always be on the left and right or no should always be on the other side? We need another confirmation panel to compare. I think that's what I came to the decision on. This one is different, but its yes is on the left. There was some other... Oh, it's this one right here. We can't see this one until we open up this whole thing. Yes is on the left, yeah. And we need to turn this off, otherwise we're gonna have issues. So this should be like this. Let's do this again. It only took me 30 minutes to get my shit together here. Wrong thing. We don't want to look at that. We want to look at you. Why is there only 8 of you? We could use this one just as a test. Recruit and aid. Yeah. And then Jessica Garcia was moved to the top of that list too, which is what we wanted. We're not getting any bugs. All right. So wait, we didn't test if we could. Wait, we're not testing this right. Jesus Christ. Okay. That is right. So that was easy. That was an easy, quick fix. You got to click on the right stuff here. Why do you keep going down here? We're going to close this ticket. Close this issue. It's like my computer just isn't going to agree. Get out of here. For a hero to research in a county they don't own, it will be espionage diplomacy. That's good to know, but why is this here? I think that's going to matter later, is why that's there. It's just a reminder to myself. I think how we're doing research. So that isn't going to apply right now. This is going to be in the next round, or we'll put it in the next round. Jesus Christ, just move it to the bottom for fuck's sake. Okay. Add a checkbox on hero panel for work. Happiness bonus for all population in the county. Add a checkbox on hero panel for scavenging. Happiness bonus to all population in county. Do I really want armies on the population list? I haven't made a decision about that. Do we want the hero to be able to work with the population? The answer is yes. And so we're going to close this. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Commit and close. Get that out of here. We know that we want that. Should the hero show in the county population? I now think so. It's talking about this number. Is it not showing? I thought we had it showing. I think it shows at the beginning and then it goes away. Yeah, so that does show. I mean, I'll count, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Why did I think it didn't show? Did I put any notes in here? I'm wondering if it changes. Like after day 1 or something. No, it does show. We do want that to be there. Should the hero show in the county population? Heroes do show in the... I wonder if I already fixed this. Population. It doesn't show in the idle population, though. That's what this 10 is down here. Well, we have 0 here. It doesn't show in idle workers. I wonder if that's what I was talking about. I'm trying to be more descriptive for when I write these for my future self, so I don't do this every time where I don't do like, what the fuck was I talking about? Heroes do show in the county population, but not in idle population. I was gonna close that, but I think what we're talking about, man, I don't know why, but this has lately been really bothering me with how close the S is over here. Lord Mac, how's it going? We were talking about quarter horses, riding horses, sort of. I rode a horse. My sister owned a horse, and I never rode it. And I also used to, like, you know, your teenage job of mowing lawns. I used to mow this person's lawn. It was fucking brutal. It was like this massive lawn for like $5 or something. I hated it. You know, my parents were like, "You gotta get a teenage job," and it was where my sister rode their horses, and I never rode any horses except we went to the Colorado River once, and that's back to the gripping the saddle horn, scared of falling off. They gave me some old nag. You know, she just followed the horse in front of her. I was in no danger whatsoever. Man, I've been chowing down on the ice cream. I usually have a rule where I only am allowed to get myself ice cream once a month, but I broke the rule. I'm an addict. So I don't know. I think probably this is the issue with showing. This is the issue with showing the hero as idle, is that like right now it would show the hero as idle in this idle workers list. What we want for the hero though, your heroes shouldn't ever be idle. Like as the player, it's your job to make sure that your heroes are never idle. It's like all those games. It's like your RimWorld and all that shit, where you don't want idle guys standing around doing nothing. But there are going to be times when your heroes are idle. And I think we probably want an alert for that at some point, but not show it on here. Let's say that that's the decision we're going to make for now. We'll put another comment in here. Probably we want heroes to have a notification of them being idle, but not show in the idle population count. And we'll keep this in here as well. Exploration is what we're going to be getting to very soon here. When a hero's in transit, they aren't shown on any county info panel. They aren't? I thought we did something about that. Spawn you, go to here. He's right here. He hasn't actually moved though. He still is moving. And that works. I think we fixed that. What if we go over here? We can't click on that one, but that's part of it. I don't think, yeah, I think we fixed this already. When a hero is in transit, they aren't shown on any county info panel. They probably should be in their box that shows they're in a transit somewhere. This is especially noticeable when you set movement up when the game is paused. I think we already fixed this. Let's go back to one of our counties here. Oh, right. I forgot that's what they did. So this is our county. We have Stephen Henderson. He's in the list there. And then the game is paused. He's still on the list. I think I changed it to just... It just unpaused itself, I think. No. That was me pushing stuff. I think that is an old note. Yeah, so this still says move. We should put where they're moving to, though. Yeah, this is old. I think this is, what's the date on it? December 2023. Wait, December 2023? That's a year old. Yeah, this is fixed. But we're going to add a new one here. In the population list and hero and population description panel for heroes, it should show where they are moving to, not just move. And we'll do that. We'll keep that's going to be for this round, not for we're not going to kick that down the road. I mean, we will, but not for far. When a person is is this where we're at? Should they wait? Should the hero show in the county population? I'm now thinking no. Wait, now they do. Heroes do show. I'm now thinking no. Well, now I'm thinking yes. When did I update this? Does it tell me? Was it like 2 weeks ago? We'll just delete that. Why wouldn't I want them to show in the county population? Um, when a person is working on a county improvement and you recruit them, it needs to remove their activity. We may have already done this too. So let's go. We need to have a county improvement. Let's build a Fisher shed. It's probably construction. We probably need to test for construction and working just to make sure. And then we'll keep an eye down on the bug thing down there. So first we need somebody to get assigned. We're going to use Beverly Sanders here. You know, there's no indicator that any of these people are heroes on this page. We should probably have like a hero button, a thing on here. Let's add that to our list. In the population list, we need an icon showing if someone is a hero or army leader. Convert to issue. Okay, so what we're going to test here is we're going to, I'm pretty sure Christina Ramirez is not a hero. Look, Steve Henderson, though. Okay, he is. Oh, none of these people. Where did I build this thing? I built in the wrong spot, but that's okay. Christina Ramirez. We're going to recruit them as an aide first. So it still says build Fisher shed there. And it still says build Fisher shed there. I bet you this. We're going to do this. I bet you they're still doing it. No, it kicks them to idle the next day. We don't want that to be the case. I wonder if they were idle all along. Let's check with Beverly Sanderson. I wonder if this just needs to be updated. No, it's not. Okay, so it's not that we actually haven't taken them off of what they're doing. So that's not necessarily an easy fix, but it's something we need to do. We need to take them out of here when they're... I'm also going to rename, I'm going to put that on the list. Rename select token. Token script to something else. This is the old code. We'll send this to the top. And then, what the fuck were we just going to do? Oh yeah, they gotta, when we recruit them, for some reason all my shit closed again. I can't figure out why sometimes that happens. Where all of those things close. All my open tabs in Visual Studio is closed sometimes. I don't know, maybe I closed it when I was pushing to main last time. That's probably what it was. So for this is going to be on the recruitment confirmation panel. It's going to be here with the yes button. So what does this shit do? So we're getting some sort of we're getting the population data from the description panel. We're getting the county location from the location of the population. If the population is not a hero, or is not a hero, we remove it from this population data list. If is hero equals false, that's a... Is this yes button pressed, or is this just... Yeah, so this is actually once it's pressed. I've changed how I do this. So this is linked. to a signal from the inspector where in the inspector, if you hit yes, it does this stuff. I don't know what the fuck it's doing here though. I mean, it's obviously if the population data. So if it's not a hero, this is a bool, I think. Yeah, this is a bool. If it's a hero, if hero basically equals false, it removes it from the population data list. Why? And then if army leader recruited is equal to false, it sets this thing to true. It sets the heroes to true. What is this old garbage? And then it adds this to the heroes in. Why does this exist? I'm tempted to remove this, but every time I do that, it causes like, I'm like, I don't know what this isn't, shouldn't be here, and I get rid of it. It causes all sorts of long-term repercussions. Okay, so for this yes button, what is it specifically yesing to? So we have, so I think what I was doing here is this yes button applies for either one of these buttons. Yeah, it does. So that little pop-up works for either one of these buttons, and I think we're passing through like a variable. Let's go look at these signals. We are not passing through a variable. So that's strange. Recruit hero confirmation panel container, which is what we're in. If it equals false, we have a bool up here. Okay, all right, I know what it's doing. So on this button, why did we do it this way? When I say we, I mean me. On this button, which is under this thing, it's like setting this variable. This thing, yeah, see? Yeah, it is. It's always some like trying to figure out. I didn't do very good notes either. And I'm still, my notes are better now. They're not perfect, but like there's no notes in this shit. There isn't a single note in this whole thing. Now I try to write a whole novel for each button. But it looks like what we're doing is when you click this button, it opens like the recruit 8, it opens and it's saying, it's like binding this thing to false. So this one is sending through a bool of false. What does this code actually look like though? Yeah, and then it's, yeah, so this is the other thing. It's making this, we're setting this bool here. Is there a better way to do this? You got any horses, Lord Mac? What's the big horse? Now I'm trying to remember. Clydesdale. There we go. So, I mean, I don't know if this is necessarily a bad way to do it. It's kind of convoluted. But it does work. I am winning. I'm just going to say I'm winning because I pushed a main last time. Let's see. That's a lot of questions. Yes, I'm winning. It works, though it's weird. I am not rich. No, we can't start over. I'm rich in spirit. uh, um, isn't that what people say? That sounds like something my mom would say. So let's put a note on here because this seems a little bit weird. And this works for both buttons. This passes a bool. This works for both Army leader recruitment button and aid recruitment button. It passes the Army leader recruited bool to the confirmation panel. Okay, so that's what that thing's doing. Then we have this Army leader thing. I still don't know why this is here, though. Okay, no. I know what this is. All right, this is if the population isn't a hero already, then it removes it from the population list. That's what this is doing. I don't know why we don't just say remove, though. I don't think it would bug out if it's not there. I think it just doesn't do anything. Okay, then we have this bool that we've passed in. Army leader recruited is getting populated by, what was the name of that script? Recruit hero button script. Populated? Triggered? Something. Thrown? If Army leader recruited is false, so now you've clicked the aid button in this case, then is hero equals true, then it's setting this population data, it's setting them to become a hero, and it's setting them to become an aid. And this is one of those things where it probably should be an enum, not a bunch of fucking bools. Because look at this. Okay, but we are checking. So I think part of this weirdness is that there are times when we check, is it a hero? Like, we don't give a shit if it's an army leader or an aid. We just want to know if it's a hero. So that's fine as a bool. But then we have this like other thing where sometimes I think, I'm not sure what we're doing, like, because this is before I started using enums so much. But I think we should change this into a bool because it's an either or thing. They can't be both. And that way we don't have to turn this off and turn this on, or turn this off and just we're ignoring the army leader part. I guess you can never make them, once they're an army leader, they can never become a aid, which is strange. That's not good. So let's do this. We need our all enums. We're going to change this to an enum just because I love enums. That's the only thing I love in chocolate ice cream. All enums. I already ate it. It's actually on the floor right over there. Mint Moose Tracks, chocolate chip mint, and then I have like some other chocolate shit going on. Let's see. What was I doing? I got sidetracked thinking about ice cream. Oh, we're going to make the enums. All enums. We're going to pin this up here. This is going to be hero type, I think. So let's do this alphabetically. Well, this isn't alphabetical. We just put this in the middle. Element OP. Wait. What? ABCD F G H I. Yeah, I got to do the thing. I got to go through all the things. All the. Those are enoms. What were we doing? Hero status. Hero type. Element OP. ABCDEFGH. Public enum. Hero type. I'm trying to think if we need none. We probably do at some point. Okay, wait. I'm using capitals and shit over there. Wonder why. Is that what you're supposed to? Well, no, there's no capitals there. Try to be consistent here, Josh. Come on, man. What are we doing over here? Oh, that's for random. It's like I've never seen this code before in my life. What the fuck is this shit? Um, we're gonna make this. I don't know why this wouldn't be. We're gonna make this consistent here. Who wrote this code? That joke, man. I've beat that joke into the ground, though. What is the best practice? And look, I don't even have spaces here. What's going on? Is there really 52 references to this? I thought so. It's still a lot. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, though. And I will be back in less than 5 minutes. I'm going to put on my break timer. And I'm going to turn off my music if I can find it. Music that you guys can't hear somewhere. Here we go. And I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. All right. Um, Let me turn on my music here. Turn on my break timer. And GD Script, our style guide would be all caps, huh? Really? Now I'm curious. C sharp enums capital? I think it's the wrong capital. One should use Pascal case when they're typing enums in like this. Why? Why use Pascal case when we usually do this? All right. So my cat, I'm having construction done on my house right now, and my cat is completely petrified of the guy who's doing the construction. He just starts running, the minute crying, like screaming like he's being murdered. The minute the guy comes, I feel terrible for the guy, and I almost texted him one day, like, um, the guy who, not my cat. I didn't text my cat. I almost texted the guy who does the work one day because the cat was in the house, and I almost texted him and said, the cat's gonna freak out when you get here. And I was supposed to be in like a meeting for my day job. The meeting fell through, but the minute he got here, I could hear my cat just howling like, I'm being murdered. And so I went upstairs, and the guy was trying to let the cat out because it's an indoor-outdoor cat. And the cat was just like running in circles, screaming. And now he like comes in the house and like looks. And then even when he goes outside, he's like, maybe he's outside. And he like looks. And so anyways, when I went out to smoke, my cat was not around. I was like, where is he? Because usually he would be around by 10:30 in the morning. But no, he's too scared. He thinks it's the monster that makes the smashing noises, the destructo noises. Okay, so what were we doing? We were going to change this to an enum. We put it over here. Aid an army leader. So I think what we're going to want to do is kind of bust some stuff here. And I think while we're doing it, while we're going to bust some stuff, cat running, cat fleeing the construction guy. He does, my cat's always been a scaredy cat. But he also, when he came in, he's been so upset that my bed's gone because he's doing construction in my room too. So he's like, "Where's my bed?" The cat is. We're gonna rename this. Yeah, it is a horror story for the poor cat. So we're gonna do two things. Let's change this from select token and we'll call it. This script sits on this hero token. Yeah, so let's rename this thing to hero token. It used to be called select token from when I started this on Unity. Then we're going to copy this. And then we're going to close. Did I save this? We're going to close this. And then we're going to go to wherever the hell it is. And then we're going to rename it. Whoa. Not to that, though. That would be disastrous. We're going to name it hero token. And then there's another one called token movement that we are going to leave. Yeah, like what you could do is have it like, because cats are nearly silent when they move around. You could have like the heavy feet, and then the smashing, and it wouldn't make any sense because to a cat, it doesn't understand why the door's being torn out of the wall, So it would just like be unexpected. A wall comes crashing down, and then the builder is walking. Has nothing to do with the cat, but it seems to the cat like the builder's coming to get him, even though he's just going to get a drink of water or wash his hands or something. Yeah, no, I'm into it. Okay, so this is open. We're gonna pin this actually, and we're gonna pin token move. No, we actually looked at that and it worked for some reason. It didn't have issues this time, but this thing we're definitely. Uh, this one will probably may also change to an enum or to yeah an enum. So where is this thing? Hero token. Oh no, it's under population. You know, I agree that Stray Cat Life must be. I think about it all the time. Actually, it's like a survival, like a horror game, um, because there are like I don't think that. So they'll like a raccoon and um, a raccoon and a cat will hang out in the same room, like the same area. I almost said room, and they won't fight, but they do keep an eye on each other. And I bet you if there was limited food, they would fight over it. But I'm bringing up this dude that I had in my backyard last night. Look at this guy, this this filthy possum. He wanted some cat food. Normally he just books it when he sees me. I would have. He needs some. Look at the poor son of a bitch. Normally he just the minute I make any noise, this guy's running and they kind of waddle when they run. Uh, but this time he was so hungry that he didn't run away, so I gave him some more cat food. I mean he eats trash, so I figured it was he would be stoked on the cat food, and he was. He did run when I made like a slightly loud noise, but yeah. No, I'm with you there, Lord Mac, on the stray cat life must be pretty pretty bad. There's one cat that kind of looks like that possum. It's so beat up, and I always try to feed it, and it's too scared. It's just runs for it for everything. Um, okay, so we actually need the population, and we change this now. It's a resource, so it's under someplace alphabetical here. We need this. So what do we got going here? Oh, we have a third thing. Hmm. I think baby possums too like cling to their parents' back, and so like I haven't seen it, but they run around with like these little possums attached to their back. So this we can have this getter setter here. I don't remember what we're doing with this. Uh, Hero prefab. What is this thing? Update hero info. See, this is what I'm talking about. Look how crazy this shit is. So if we had just an like look at this. So it looks like this is the main thing, I think. So this can be just one bool or one enum aid. This can be army leader. This one is faction army leader. Darmy leader, farmy leader, and then this one is just straight up faction leader. So what does this thing do with this information though? It looks like it's hiding and showing all sorts of shit. I bet you ChatGPT wrote this part. Like it probably solidified it for me. And then we have a default that doesn't do anything in here. There should at least be a GD print in here. Fuck it. Well, let's leave it all weird like that. Check for ownership. I don't think we're using this. We aren't. We're gonna rewrite how this works. Oh no, we are using this. This one reference. Okay, yeah, that's a different thing that I was thinking of that we need to rewrite. No, that's fine. So I think these are the four different things we need in the enum actually. Are those. So we need faction leader, and then we need faction army leader. Do I have insert on or something? I thought I saw a weird square thing there. So then back to our county population, or our county, it's not count, we just renamed it to count, or to population data. So I think what we can do here, so this bool needs to be its own thing, I think. So then what we'll do is we'll do export private all enums hero type. Then we're going to do export public all enums hero type. Nope. But then we want this to look like this, except I'm not doing it right. We want this inside here and this inside here. And then we're going to get, why did I do it this way? Come on, man. Get, Jesus Christ. I don't know what's going on today. Maybe this is how it is every day. Return hero type. And then set, it looks like we have something going on down here with set. So it looks like, so if this is set, we're doing something, if hero type is equal to all enums.army, fuck. Just army leader. But do we, or we do faction army leader, faction leader, faction army leader? Well, it's always a faction army leader, faction leader army leader, faction leader army, I guess. Yeah, I don't like that. Then it looks like we're doing something here. I don't know why. You can go back to here. I don't know why, but it looks like we're assigning some sort of texture. Okay, I know what we're doing. So when this gets set, we're changing the what does this thing do? Okay, so I see what we're doing. Wait, should this just happen all the time? If it equals army leader. All right, we're going to rewrite this then too. We're going to break that right now. That's fine. This doesn't matter. We don't need this thing. We just need this thing. KD save X. Then we're going to delete this. Now we're going to get a bunch of errors. You're going to go away. Oh my God, there was 19 references to that? Oh, well. We're going to get rid of that. Worker. Hero. I think I'm going to move this up here. Whenever we go over the old code, this shit happens, so I shouldn't be surprised. Yeah, this is going to go up one more. And this is going to go to here. All right, 14 errors isn't bad. Get rid of this. So if the token is not equal to null, then we're going to assign this. I don't know why we have a null check there, but I'm sure it's there for some reason. So what is this thing? This always needs to be a hero first for everything else to work. They always need to be a hero first for everything else to work. Okay. So we're gonna, do we have some sort of like, this is lowercase though. This isn't a getter setter. I wonder why. Whoops, I'm suddenly hitting Alt F. I'm not sure what's going on there. All right, so this was, we need hero type, nope, capital hero type to equal all enums. This is just an army leader is what it said. What happens if it's a faction army leader though? Maybe we don't want faction leader army. What happens if this is the faction leader army leader? I think that's going to be a problem. We might. So let's say we have another bool that is just the faction leader. So what we would do is we would get rid of this faction, these two again. Let's do that for now. I know we're reducing these bools very not as much as I'd like. Then we'll put back here. Is hero export public bool is faction leader. All right. Well, we'll figure. We're gonna have some bug. We're gonna have some bug testing here. Some debugging later. And so this is gonna say. So if this population hero type with a capital, why can we, yeah, there we go, is equal to all enums hero type, What did that say? Is not equal to army leader. So if this is, it gets it's selected as hero and army texture. See, this is weird too. Everything's weird because I did it weird in the first place. Like, that's not the end of the world, but it just, I actually kind of like looking at this old code and seeing how I was, and hopefully seeing improvement in code. The thing is, sometimes I feel like I've improved, but then I'm going and like I'm spaghetti. I'm off in the fucking woods or whatever they call it, lost in the weeds. So this is going to be the same. Yeah, this is going to be the same thing. So this would probably be a switch at some point. Both of those things would, if we have some other type of hero. So we could have left it as whatchamacallit, as two bools, but I think that we might be adding, yeah, just do whatever. This might fuck up something, but yeah, so else. Yeah, we can't do the army. They're the faction, army, leader, army, faction, leader, faction, army. There. Okay, so back to this problem though. This would just be like this. Okay, now we've run into another problem though. The problem is the faction leader could be none. We might need a none in there. We'll find out. We need this hero type. Look at how they did a colon though. They as in the... Yeah, this doesn't work. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna need a none in here. I think I might invest in wireless headset. I don't know. I tried some and they all sucked, and I don't want to spend the money on. But it's becoming a thing where I just keep hitting this wire on here. Okay, so this is never gonna get here because this is true. So this is what we need to do. We have to have faction leader in here. It has to have faction leader in here. And we'll have to work around that. So this shouldn't work. So we have to get rid of this. We'll figure this out. This has to be faction leader. And we'll have to switch those to switches or something. So give me my bugs. Why aren't you giving me my bugs? We need to get rid of this. Oh, I did something. I did it there, but not up here. Hero type, faction leader. All right, now give me my bugs. Or whatever. Right here. Give it to me. There we go. Just want to make sure that my thought process is working here. So this should be hero type is equal, or what are we doing? Colons here? Faction leader. So this is going to be faction leader, but then we're back to this same problem here. This has to be, we need this other one because this is an army leader that's also a faction leader. So we have to have this faction leader, army leader, which I know is dumb, but I like the dumb shit. it's kind of fun for my future self to read it and go, what the fuck is this? I don't know. I find it enjoyable. Okay, you got to look at the little things or whatever that shit is that you put on your wall. You guys know what I'm talking about. This is gonna be hero type. Oh, it was gonna do it for me. Except we don't want a leader. We want an aide. And then this is gonna be hero type, army leader. Nope, colon for some bizarre reason. There we go. Okay, so then we have other problems that we just did. We had that if statement. What the fuck? Why is this here? Like I said, it's kind of interesting. Look at the old code. Where was that? Because it's not going to error out right now, or it's not going to. It's going to bug out when we run it, but it's not going to show me that there's a problem. What we can search for is hero type. I think it was actually in population data. Okay, so what happens if this is faction later? So what we would do here, I suppose. So we're changing this to an army. So we would need to do this, I think. If hero type is equal to faction leader, then we do hero type equals all enums faction leader, army leader, except with a capital L. Else, we're just assign this here. Why do I feel like this isn't going to work? We'll find out soon enough, I suppose. So there was that one. Whoops. Trying to look over here and it wasn't working. I was clicking on the wrong shit. So there was this change to army, but there was something else too. Let's search for hero type some more. Let's do this and this though. Did I just go in a circle there? Okay, so what is this one? Okay, so what this is, so I don't like any of this. So if we have those 4 different types, we're regularly going to have to be testing if it's a faction leader versus an aide. And we're going to have to be testing, is it a faction leader or an aide? A lot. Like we're going to have to do it right here. But sometimes we need to break them all apart. We do. So I guess it's not the end of the world. So what we should do though, where can we have this test? We can have a test. We'll just write it in like population data. And we can have like, is it an army type thing? So that, if we put in pop, how gigantic and out of control is this thing? It's not as gigantic and out of control as I thought. So what we'll have is this an army. And then we're going to return a bool, actually. And then we're going to go like this. We're going to pass in nothing. Can we do, no, we don't want it to be static though. We want to pass in a specific population data to test this. If hero type is equal to hero type faction army leader, or hero type is equal to all enums hero type army leader. I know I'm doing something wrong here. I'm just gonna preemptively, what the fuck? Preemptively say that I'm doing something wrong. Return true. I lost my other one here. Return false. Okay, so if it's an army leader, faction leader, army leader, it returns true, otherwise it returns false. So then we can go back to whatever the fuck we were just working on. Not that. Where was that? That was under... I lost it. Why did we need that? We needed it for the... It was checking if... Assign token textures. Well, this isn't going to work either. Because if it's an army, this isn't going to work. I think this is missing the faction leader option. We weren't here though. Why can't I remember anything? Why is my brain broken? I guess we can just wait until an issue appears. We know that it's one of these goddamn things. A token movement? No. If... Okay, no, this is one of them. This is one of them. So what we want to do here is actually, this is fine. That part. This part's going to go. Is capital, is this an army is equal to, get the fuck out of here, fingers, false. If this is an army equals false, it does this. Otherwise, it does that. See, that's much better. Now, what is this crap? Hero visiting, this is the same thing. This is the same exact thing. If that is false, then it's a hero visiting. Otherwise, it's an army is attacking a county. Is that true? I guess it's true. What happens if the army is visiting? We won't worry about it. That must be in there somewhere because it worked up till now. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to here. What do we got going on here? Check for titles. So this needs to become a switch. So we're going to go... Why can I never remember how switches work? I think you go switch. I think I have every single time. C# switch. I mean, I was just looking at one 5 minutes ago. Switch expression. Switch population data, hero type. And then what? What does it look like? This thing, squigs, and then case, all enums, hero type. What is this? Faction leader? I'm doing it wrong again. Wait, was that right? Okay, yes. We're going to return. Okay, so then if this is a faction leader, for some reason we're doing this. I don't know what. It seems like that we shouldn't. Leader title button is disabled. Oh, disabled is false. That makes sense. And then we have another case here. This whole thing is just going to be a bunch of fucking enums and switches when we're done here. And this is aid. And we're going to go colon, return. Then I'm slowly, this is that thing that keeps happening that I was complaining about when I was in a different room, that I slowly roll backwards in my chair. Oh, you know, that other thing I noticed is that when I type, holy shit, down here it's even worse. Upstairs, it wasn't that bad. I think because the desk was on carpet, but now it's just on like this cement floor in my basement. And when I type, it just, the whole desk shakes so much, which shakes my fucking camera. It's bad. It is bad. Okay, so we're gonna go copy. I need to do like bolt the camera to the wall or something. All right, we got that. We need one more case in here though. We need also faction leader, army leader. I wonder if we can check that. Army leader, that method we just put in. Then we're gonna return. I think we can just do this though. I'm not even gonna bother looking at it. We're just gonna go all enums hero type, army this thing. I've learned that at least. Get out of here. Okay, so that, I think this is gonna solve this little bit of things. Back to the next one. This means nothing to me. This is a simplification written by ChatGPT. Okay, so so we're check for army recruitment button. So this is on that page. We might actually have that page open right down here. So it's saying we're gonna we want to disable this button if it's already an army leader, is what we're doing. Okay, so what we're doing here, so if it's the player faction, it's a bool. There's a thing that says bool. There's a bool that says player faction. That seems strange as fuck, but okay. Is token moving? Definitely is a bool. So the army recruitment button is turned off if it's the player faction and is the token moving. Why would we? All right, let's not. That's fine. But what we can do here is this an army? Equals true. Except we want the opposite of this. So this is going to equal. We want. So this is, if this is yes, it's going to disable this army recruitment button. Which is actually, no, that's right. Okay. God damn this cord. What are we on now? I also want to get one of those little things I have on my other computer for streaming where you push the button instead of clicking on things. Streamer, it's like first world issues, streamer issues. I have a cord. All right, this does mean something to me. This all makes sense to me now. Okay, not maybe 100%, but this part's a little weird. All right, I think that's going to solve that. Let's go to the next one. What the fuck is this? All right, where did this yes button, which is what started on us on this journey in the first place. So what is this thing doing? If the population isn't a hero already, then it removes it from the population list. Why did it say is equal to, is not equal to true? Why not just equal to false? Okay, so this is that thing that's getting passed down, is getting populated by this other script. And so if it's an aid that we're getting, okay, so hero we want true, but then we want the hero type to be set here, which we just set up. Hero type is equal to hero type aid. The problem is we need to do that faction leader thing. So we might want to write a method that does that too, where like the hero type can check and like if it's a faction leader already, it would be what are we doing here? So if we go in the game, let's close this and this. We go to Steve Henderson. He's already the faction leader, and it shows this thing. We can't recruit him as an aide because he's already a faction leader. And then with army leader, we could do it there. So what is this? This is the yes button. So we couldn't have clicked this so we don't need this here because we couldn't have clicked this if it's already the faction leader. At least that's but this we could have clicked it. We could have clicked this recruit army leader. Oh, that's the other thing we need. I don't know if I have it in here yet. Troop list. Recruit troops. I don't know if we'll do that this round, but let's see, like, look how this is a little hand. It's busted too. This computer is really on its last leg. So this one, we're going to set the hero true, which would already be true on this particular case where the faction leader is. This doesn't matter because we're going to get rid of that, but we need to go if population data hero type is equal to faction leader, then we set population data hero type should be faction leader army leader. Else it's going to be I don't know why I'm getting a kick out of the faction leader army leader thing so much today. All enums, kind of that, but not that. Army leader. I mean, I just wrote it, so I guess I couldn't have got a kick out of it until just now. Okay. What is this thing's problem? Oh yeah, we got to get rid of this. These three things need to go. We can save that. Everything's saved up here. Let's rerun this and see what kind of chaos I've built for myself. I have a feeling it's a lot. Oh well, we have more issues. Population data takes 30 arguments. Okay, so what are we doing here? We need to get rid of some of these bools. Generate needs, generate attributes, generate skill list, preferred, generate idle. This might be one of these cases. Whoa, might be one of these cases where I need to screenshot this and then move this over. And not that big though. And make sure. So where I just changed this is way at the top. Oh, we got more problems here. It's way at the top, but we got to put in is hero right over here. We want all enums dot hero type, comma. I can't remember. I haven't messed with one of these in a long time. You know what's kind of interesting about this is I converted this from a public class to a Godot resource, and none of my other Godot resources have this. I wonder if we even need this anymore. This is a constructor, but I needed it because it was a public class. I wonder if we get rid of it. Well, let's look at another big public class that, or a big resource that we have. What's like a large one? County improvement data. I think, yeah, so I have this down here, but this is for copying it. I wonder why we're not having issues with duplicating. Oh, because we're not duplicating anything, we're just creating new ones. So I don't know if I need this here. What happens if I comment this out? Will all hell break loose? So I'd have to do this differently, I think. How do we do a new one of these? Well, let's fix the number because we currently have too many of those in there, even if we, why isn't this updating though with a different error? Let's pretend, let's fix this. So we have is hero, one of these negative ones. I'm looking at the other screen where I have that screenshot I just took. So we have last name is male, age is hero. We can get rid of 3 of these. But then one of these needs to be all enums hero type. We need a none. We do need a none. Can I null it? Can I null it? Does not contain a constructor that takes 28. Age is hero is worker. Oh, but it's pulling this. This is going to be wrong anyways because I did move that stuff around. But I commented out this constructor. It doesn't contain a constructor at all. So, I mean, I guess that applies. So how was I doing new resources before? I don't remember. Godot, new resource. I need this. I want the C# thing. This has a little constructor in there. Make sure you provide a parameterless constructor. In C#, a parameterless constructor is different from a constructor with all the default values. Without a parameterless constructor, Godot will have problems creating and editing your resources is this true? None of my resources have that. Maybe I've had issues with them being edited. Okay, so here, no, that's a dictionary. So I think what I would do here is like up here. This is in generate population. Probably up here, I would do something like population data. Population, yeah, exactly what it has there. And then down here, though, we would assign all this shit. And I'm not sure to this. I don't think we can do it. Well, let's pretend before we get to this add thing. Population data. I don't think I can just copy. Like, it'd be nice if I could just do this. I wonder if I could. That's what I'm doing right here. Can I just put all this shit in here? And then let's see what it says. Yeah, shut up. Okay, so it's the same issue. So this down here would have worked if I had but it doesn't have a constructor. So the other way I could do it, I'm just going to put in some numbers here because I'm just curious. These are just all ints, sure, backwards. So I guess how was I doing that? I think what I was doing was manually assigning. Get this out of here. Let's go back to here. I think what I was doing was going like population data, whatever, hero type equals whatever, that for each thing, which we could do, and then we would add it in here. And I don't think I would need a constructor in there anymore. Or I could fix the constructor, I suppose. I'm just trying to think of the laziest way to do it. Let's put this constructor back. For this one, it looks like we're just passing in for the constructor, we're just passing in for the getter setters. We're not passing in the whatever it's called, the private variable that the getter and setter saves. I wonder if we're supposed to be doing that. We're just like, here's loyalty adjusted. We're not passing in the lowercase loyalty adjusted. I gotta trust my past self, which I don't really trust my past self. Yeah, we have loyalty based and loyalty adjusted down there. Okay, so this would be hero type, but with a capital H. And then down here, it looks like we also moved is worker. I don't know why I keep grabbing this. Is that the order we had this in? I like to keep them in the same order. Where are you at? Is hero, is worker, hero type. Is hero, is worker, hero type. Is hero, is worker. And we have something called perks here. And for some reason I have a space between. I'm going to once again trust myself there. Back over to this. We don't need this. Now it's unhappy. Oh, that's in the right spot, but it can't be null. Can't convert null to, so enums can't be null, huh? So we are going to need a none in here then. Man, my face got all itchy. And then we're going to put none here. I don't think I know enough about how constructors work. That's what it just dawned on me that, well, it's probably dawned on me multiple times, but it's pretty obvious that I don't know enough about how constructors work. So then we would get rid of this. And this would be something. Not that, though. Generate hero that is the faction leader. All right, let's build this. And then I'm going to take a break. It's perfect time. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to read this Discord message too. Maybe, if I remember. All right, I'm going to throw my break timer, and I'm going to pause my music that you guys can't see or hear, see or hear. It'd be hard to see music, I guess. And I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. All right, I am back. Sometimes I've been putting, I try not to do it today, but sometimes I put my headset on my computer and it happens to be right over where the vent is. And so then my headset's all toasty when I put it on my ears, which sometimes is nice. Sometimes it isn't. Okay, what do we got? All right, so this is for spawning the token spawner. So we can do this. I think. And then what are we doing here? We can do this same thing. And then we had some other build issues here. Yep. Otherwise, we're declaring war. There's going to be a lot of testing here to make sure that this enum... no, this is going to be hero. What are we doing here? Oh, yeah. Change to army isn't going to work, I don't think, anymore, is it? Hero type equals... well, we could have went with that. All enums. Faction leader. This is for if you attack a place. That looks right, actually. Let's build this one more time. See what we get. I wonder if Dev 8 came out for Godot. .4. Doesn't look like it. All right, we didn't get any problems there, but now we're going to get our real problems if they're going to happen. So we're going to have to like check each spot here. No bugs there. No bugs there. You're marked as a faction leader, and we can't recruit you as an aide. That looks good. I don't remember the icon. Okay, so this is the same icon, this little whatever that is. Let's go over here. Go there the same way. We have the leader of people perk, which is what we want. Let's check like somebody else here. This looks right. We have no perks for them. What about an unhelpful person? You have unhelpful. That all looks right. Let's recruit you as an aide and see what happens. So now that works. Now you should appear. Yep, Michael Burns. Let's double check. Now let's recruit you as an army leader because this is where things get a little sketchy. Well, that worked. And you have a gun. That worked. I didn't check the other one. Let's recruit somebody else. Whatever. To just as an aide. I didn't look if Michael Burns was removed from the list. They are this time, but I didn't look at the other one. Can we recruit another one? Do we have enough Kathleen here? Okay, so what happened to you, Kathleen? We can't recruit you as an aide. I also noticed we're not getting charged for this. There should be a charge in influence. So let's put that on our list here. Not getting charged for recruiting heroes. Is there an S, an E like that? Yeah, I don't know why this is always a little hand right now. Let's move this to top. And are you an army leader? You are an army leader. And that actually worked. I'm looking for the stuttering to too slow. Oh, so we did get charged for it. Okay, so there was so we did get charged. It just this didn't update the top bar. Yeah, what's up with this little hand, man? We are getting charged, but the top bar isn't updating immediately. Okay. So, why, if we don't have enough, why would we be able to turn this person into an army leader? This is supposed to work. So, how that's supposed to work is if it's already, uh, an aide or whatever, you can change them to an army leader. Unless I had something where you could, it didn't cost any influence to create an army leader, which I don't remember doing that. So like this person is your faction leader and this is an aide, so this should work here. But a new person, we shouldn't be able to recruit them unless I don't remember that correctly. So that's your description panel. So let's look at our description control. And so that's going to be check for army recruitment button. Is this an army? So it's returning false. Okay, so it was this thing isn't right. So it's not an army. So it's returning this as true. I wonder if I was letting you recruit, but then you would be able to switch them back. Can we switch them back? I don't think we can at this point. Michael Burns, where the fuck are you? I moved you someplace. Clicking that doesn't do anything. Is that on purpose? Yeah, we can't switch him back to an aide. I don't know if this is already on there. Make it so the player can change the army leader back to aide. Remember how long it took me to come up? Well, chat helped me with the term aide. All right, so what? Let's put that. Let's move that. God damn it! Let's move that. Move this to the top. All right. So this works on the description panel here, but it shouldn't work here. So what we need to do, or no, this is going to be weird. We're actually not checking for the cost at all. It doesn't seem like. So there's a couple of things that are wrong with this button. Let's restart this because I'm curious. Well, no. We can do it with this. So yeah, the cost should also, or I mean, that's the cost is the main thing right now. This is turned off. I wonder why. It must be testing the cost somewhere. Let's see. Check for army recruitment button. Where's our check for aid button? Look at this shit. Update description. I should probably write this so it's less of a mess. Yeah. If hero button is clicked, what are we doing here? We have a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot to this panel, though. I'm just going to take this out. That's a given. That's a given. Okay, so we disable the spawn. We adjust their controls. We have select county, which is now just called county. It was called select count. Whoops. Count. Come on, fingers. It was called select county in the good old days. All right, so we put in their name. We disable UI elements, which I think this turns everything off. True, 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 true. Okay, so that turns everything off. And then we check for this army recruitment button. Wonder why we're passing in this county here, though. No, this is select county as well. Okay, we're checking if this is the player faction. Why are we checking if this is the player faction, though? Because the UI wouldn't be visible. Oh, maybe it's so that we can't do it in other counties. I bet you that's what it is. Check to show if the army recruitment button is active. It will be disabled if it is in other and counties that the player doesn't own. Okay, so we check the faction data of the county versus the player faction data, and if it's true, and then is it moving? This is doing, I don't know, it's doing something, but if it's false, so that's, well, we could move, well, we would have to declare war. Not if we move you. We can move you to here, and then we can check here. Army leader, see, that shouldn't work there either. So this is wrong. This is the issue here. This doesn't work. Right. Disabled. The only time this is going to be disabled right now, I think, is if it's already an army, which we have someone right here. Yeah, and that works. And we don't, it's weird. Where's the aid? It's down here, but it's not its own method. Oh, and we do check the price. So there's going to be a, this is wrong. I mean, this one's right. I'm not sure why it's way down at the bottom there, though. So let's do check for aid recruitment button. I think recruitment button. And then we're going to generate this. And then we're going to copy this in here. And then we're going to see if we get any, like, that it needs stuff. Okay, so what this is doing is it's saying, do we have enough money or influence? Do we have enough influence? And then it's also, if it's already a hero, it turns it off. So if we have enough money, and then we have, and is a hero equals true. Wait. Influence amount is less than the cost of the hero. Disabled equals true. Faction good influence amount is less than the cost of the hero. What if we go over here and we go to here and we go to here? This is off. Or if it's already a hero. If the amount of goods is less, okay, all right. I was thinking the opposite, like the cost was less than that. Okay, so that's right for this. But we also, so for this, we can move this up here too, so that it's less confusing. Okay. So I think one of the things is why we're not checking over here is we can't look at the population list to recruit somebody, which is why we don't have to have these checks of if it's in a place or whatever. So that works. Let's put a summary on here. If the cost is if the player's faction doesn't, so this is also, well, I guess no, it's not gonna matter. If the player's faction doesn't have enough influence, or the population is already a hero, the button is disabled. All right, so that's what that does. But back to this army recruitment button, it's going to be different. So let's move this. Where'd that thing go? Wait, I lost it again. Where the fuck did it go? There it is. Cut that. We're just going to move it up to right here. Kind of somewhat in order of what we're doing there. And then check for army recruitment button. So this is going to be a little bit, or much more complicated, and this isn't right. So we're going to write it out like a normal person, and then we'll have ChatGPT make it a little bit better, and then probably, yeah, that's probably going to be the end of this stream, not the game or the work we're doing. Okay, so first off, what we need to do is we need to check. Yeah, let's write this out like long form, and then we'll condense it later. So if this equals this, then that equals that. So if this is true, it equals true, and if this is false, it equals false. Okay. So if player faction is true, no, there's a better way to do this. So what we do is we set a variable somewhere. We can put it at the top here. And we go bool disable army recruitment button. It's already disabled though. It starts out disabled. So we should have so the only time we need to influence this thing is if it's yes, because it starts out disabled. Well, we're going to change this to enable. And then down here at the bottom, we're gonna do this. And this is gonna be enabled. And once again, we're gonna change this around. I was trying to think of the easiest way to do this. Like for this, we could just make this. No, we don't need this to be the bool at the beginning though. So this is going to be yes if these things equal, that's correct. So they put this or in, so I don't think this was ever right. But we could also I'm trying to think of like the easiest way to do this where it's not a giant pyramid of code. But maybe we need to write the giant pyramid of code first. So let's do that, I guess. If I mean, I guess this isn't that complicated. My brain's just not up to speed this morning. Oh my God. Come on, man. Come on, fingers. Equals true. Then we're gonna do like another if. It's not gonna be a pyramid. It's gonna be just a bunch of dumb shit. So the first thing though we should check, because now we'll just write it. We'll just write it out like garbage, and then we'll have ChatGPT do it. Is the token moving equals true, and I know we don't need the true there. Then enable is equal to false. And that takes care of that, and we don't need that, and we don't. I don't know what these question marks are here. I don't remember that. We'll get rid of that. So then with another check we would need is, I just need to get all the checks out first. This is probably going to be a switch, honestly. Yeah, this is like 7 different. So we're going to do the hero type is not equal to none. No, all enums. So this is just the army. Man, this is kind of a pain in the ass, surprisingly, because there's a lot of options that can go in here. I don't know what this little bar equals thing that it keeps wanting to do. We are going to have to do a pyramid, though. I can already tell. So what is the first thing we need to check? When you open up this panel, the first thing we need to check is, are you in your thing here? If it is the token moving? This is going to be a giant pyramid. If the token's moving, if it's not moving, then we're going to go to, is the hero type none? Or, whoops, what am I typing in here? Or is the hero type equal to aid? Or is the hero type equal What we need is in here. We need to write a thing that is this an army? We need this. Is this an aid? Well, we could use just is this an army? Uh, we don't need this. We need pop it from here over. Is this an army? Equals false. Yep, exactly. Whoops. So if we're in our county, if it's not moving, if it's not an army, if the cost is less, where did that go? I just want to copy this code. So if it's not an army, if you have the money, we can do this a different way too, but I'm gonna just put this giant pyramid. We can do like if it's not equal to that, then return. So if this is less than this, and we'll like I keep saying, we'll fix this up. Then we get rid of this stuff. We don't need this. So what else do we need to check? But this one is different. This needs to be checked if... So we need the is it an army equals false, but then we need to if population data hero status or hero type equals none. And then we're gonna have two if statements in here. Jesus Christ. So this one is if this is just a normal population. In fact, we could put this elsewhere. This one we need to check. We could put this right here. Then we need if its hero type needs equals none, and if we're in our own place, then this would have to be up here though. We need the money. We need this in two different spots. Get out of here. I did too many things. If hero type is equal to none, I mean, we can just put the and up here. And this is, Jesus Christ. Let's actually put this and right here. This is this way. Then army recruitment button disabled equals false. Then we return out of here. Okay, so the first thing it's going to check is it that you're in your own faction. That's required for all of them. You can't change an army, an aid to an army this way. There's going to be another way that you can do it. You can do it like Red Wedding style and Hearts of Iron, Game of Thrones. Okay, so that if the hero type is none, and you have the cashola, the influence, the army recruitment button should be there. if it's moving, but once again, you're in your faction. If it's moving, we would just return, I think. We would say if it's moving, return. It can't do shit. Get out of here is what it would do. But then this down here, we would put else. Actually, we don't need an else because it would, this would, if it's not an army then after this. Okay, this is not going to be a pyramid. It's just going to be a big wall of garbage, of if statements. Okay, so then if it's not a army and the thing is we can check for the amount of cash we have. Well, that's the thing. If this is an army, we don't need to check for the amount of cash because we've already paid for the army because it's an aid. And aid has already paid for the army. If the army equals false, so this is checking if it's an aid, then we need to do army recruitment button disabled equals false. And I'll put a note here. I'll put a note here too. If the token is moving, then it can't become an army. If the population is already an aid, the player has already paid for the aid and they can make it an army leader. All right, what am I missing? I'm missing some, then when you return out of here, I guess. If I can type in return, then we would return out of there. So what about that's it. There's no whatabouts. I think that's it. We'll run a test right now. This was a rough start to the stream earlier, getting this thing to work, and it took a long time for it to actually kick in. I'm gonna have to read up on the docs like today, or I probably won't do it today, but okay. So this is your faction leader. We can recruit them as an army leader, which is correct. So let's spawn them. Well, let's check. Okay, so they're spawned, but they're not moving yet. So we can still make them an army leader. Let's start them moving. Let's pause it. We can't make them an army leader anymore. Let's right click somewhere. They should go home now. Now they're back at home. Still be able to recruit as an army leader. So let's now go back to this. We can click here. This button's here and here, but have we charged them? Are they going to get charged when we click this button? This isn't updating. We're going to have to fix that like immediately. Okay, so they did get charged, and they're both turned off, which is right. Let's fix this thing. Let's fix the top bar refresh because it needs to happen immediately when you click that yes button. So that was under this right here. Look at this thing. We'll put this at the bottom. Top bar, control, instance. I think it's like update. I thought it was update all. I can't remember. Let's take a look here. And I guess it's just update resource labels. They're not called resources anymore though. Update top bar good labels. Then let's go back to here. I think if I keep on top of renaming things all the time. Oh, look at this. Faction level resources. County level resources. Goods. Goods. I think if I keep on top of this stuff, it won't be feel so insurmountable later. Update top bar good labels. Okay, let's go back to this and we can close this. Faster, Joker? What am I doing faster? What am I trying to do faster? I wonder if there is something weird with this grinding in the background. Goods. What were we checking? Oh, we wanted to make sure that this applies when we... It didn't apply, though. So I wonder why it didn't apply. Oh, because I put it inside an else statement. Well, that's not going to work. This needs to be at the bottom. I thought it was at the bottom. It needs to be right there. I wish I could automate that somehow. Like a getter setter that if it ever... I probably could. If any of those numbers are touched ever, it would update the top bar automatically. Some sort of event or something. The problem with that is that you'd have to have a... You'd have to have a getter setter for each one of these. Which is, I think they're in a dictionary. Whoops, this isn't what we're doing. There we go. So then what about here? Yeah, we're getting charged again. So once they're already an aid, we need to make sure that they don't get charged. So let's look here. So that's under here, probably. So charge for hero is there. So we would say if population data is hero is equal to false, I think we can just use the is hero thing. Yeah, I think we can just do that. Are we turning? This is weird too. This all of this older code is slightly strange. I don't know if it's bad. Okay, it's probably bad, but oh. Let's see. Let's see. I've for the past 4 months, every time I run the game, I was clicking that button for testing, and now that's just autopilot straight there. All right, recruit. So this, well, we'll test this first. This is supposed to do both. It's supposed to turn them into an aid and then turn them into a thing, but let's do this first. They didn't get charged for it. Because this they're getting set as a hero here. So we probably need to charge first. So then charge first, ask questions later. I had these guys come this morning to take my old bathtub, which is a cast iron bathtub, out of my house. Not a clawfoot. Everyone asked, was it clawfoot? It's like their first. God damn it, I went to that again. And I contacted a couple of people. So the guy who's doing the work he's like, we can do it. Me and you can carry this thing out. Because it's like 200, 300 pounds, right? Cast iron bathtub. And he's like, we can do it. but I could tell he didn't want to do it. And we moved it like 4 feet, and it was so fucking heavy. Holy shit. So I contacted a couple of different people, from online, and a lot of them, it was via text. When I said it's cast iron, they would just stop responding to me. And so this one guy called, like the minute it was one of those apps, Thumbtack or something. The minute I put in a question to him, he called me and he's like, "Yeah, I'll come get it on Saturday morning." And I was like, "It's cast iron," and then he like got all quiet. He was like, um, "I'll do it for $200," and that's like the voice he used. He was like, "I'll do it for $200," and I was like, "Fine, great, let's get the fuck out of here." So they came and I paid them or whatever, and they both were like, "Sorry, we had to charge you so much." And I was just like, "At least it's gone." I mean, $200 to move one thing is kind of a lot, but it is a lot. And they're like, "If you hire us again, it will be cheaper next time." And I was just like, "Yeah." I mean, I wasn't upset or anything. It's funny that because they didn't have any. It took them 3 minutes to move it to their car. Um, so, anyways, I don't know where I was going with that, except that, yeah, I don't know what that has to do with anything here. We're getting charged something here. What were we testing? I got sidetracked yammering. Recruit and aid. It's now above it. It got the 1,000. So now they should already be a hero. And we did not get charged. So that's what we wanted. So then let's do this again. And we're gonna click just the army part, because the army part should kick them into being a hero and hey, I did it right. Should also, and we also need to get charged. We got charged. They're an army leader. That's perfect. This actually worked out okay. Let's push this code because I need some ice cream. Let's close this thing though. And let's close this thing. And we're not going to push it to main. We're going to start a new branch here. And this branch is going to be called... let's break it into two things, because this is a lot of stuff that we got to do. And then we can do two, like I said, I want smaller chunks. Unspawn a hero. So this part, I think we should call it... We got to do the inventory first. So this is going to be hero inventory. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do hero inventory, and then we'll have another branch once this one's done of hero exploration, and that will be the explorer or hero, whatever, because we're going to have more things to do. So the final thing we're going to want to have when we're done with these changes on the hero is for the hero to be able to research, hero be able to work, hero be able to scavenge, hero be able to explore, hero be able to recruit troops. Probably not. We'll do the recruiting troops in the next round, because we're going to want to have like a mustering, whatever. So what did we do here today? Changed some bools to an enum and made sure army recruitment button seems to work. I don't like to be definitive about it's working, because you never know. And it seems like it's working, but that doesn't mean it is working. All right, then let's just double check GitHub. I don't know why. Repositories, it was right there. There we go. We can probably delete this scouting equipment branch, but we'll let it sit around for a little bit. But that is it for me today. I will see you guys tomorrow, and we will continue working on heroes for a while. It'll be fun. There is, I did say that I was going to work on save games soon, but I decided there was two things I didn't want to do today. That was the storage. Kicked it way down the road. Fixing storage. Kicked it way down the road. And then just moved saving and loading back a little bit. I started thinking about like what that's going to require, and I was like, we should have a main menu and stuff for saving and loading. But I think what I'm going to do instead for testing is just have an escape menu that you can hit, and it will just have save and load, and then we can save and load. We can use that for testing, like save it right at the beginning, save it later and load it, or load it later. That'll be enough for now. But that is it for me. Thank you guys. I will talk to you